This is how I see it. Dragon Ball has been silent for a long time, and even though rumors keep popping up, I don't believe Toei wants to reboot Dragon Ball Super. A reboot would be a massive waste of time, especially when Super already existed as one of the last anime projects Toriyama personally touched, besides Daima. Yes, Super had issues and skipped manga content, but it was still a complete era. So why hasn't a new anime started? It could be internal decisions, power struggles, scheduling, or simply Toei waiting for the manga to move further ahead, like they've said before. Right now the manga is only 3 arcs ahead of the Tournament of Power, with Moro Granola and Super Hero. And we all remember how Super struggled when the anime passed the manga, forcing them to slow down. Toei could start a new series anytime, but historically they like releasing a movie first. The difference now is that Toyotaro already said the Broly movie told Broly's story perfectly. The manga even skipped retelling it and only referenced it. Meanwhile, they did retell the superhero movie with more detail, so the order is clear: Daima Super Tournament of Power, Broly Moro Granola, and then Superhero. Because of that, Toei could still drop another movie before the new anime. Dragon Ball Super already brought back non-canon characters and reworked OVA ideas, so a Bardock or Cooler movie is very possible, especially since Toei said they want more frequent movies after their recent success. A movie is always their fastest way to release something Dragon Ball related, but if it's not a movie, then it has to be the new series. And here's the real question: continuation or reboot? A reboot would delay everything so much that we wouldn't see the Moro arc animated until around 2032. And that's assuming they don't stretch every arc even more. Nobody wants to wait that long just to reach the first new manga arc. So continuation is the natural path. But calling it Dragon Ball Super 2 doesn't feel right. Super focused on gods while the new arcs expand into galactic scale. Dragon Ball Galaxy would be too obvious, and Dragon Ball doesn't like spoiling the theme in the title. Dragon Ball Ultra sounds too simple. They might even keep the Super name a bit longer, like how Z lasted through multiple tones. Right now it's been almost 8 years since Dragon Ball Super ended, and about a year since Daima ended. So the timing is perfect for a new anime, and it could realistically drop as soon as late this year. And with the 40th anniversary happening in 2026, we might get more than one major announcement, not just a single reveal. The anniversary could bring a new anime, a new movie, a new video game, and maybe something unexpected. The anime is the most guaranteed announcement, whether it keeps the Super name or introduces a new title. The movie could explore new lore, or finally make someone like Bardock or Cooler fully canon. Or Toei could adapt Moro as a movie first, then expand it in the series. As for video games, Dragon Ball keeps reinventing itself. We've had multiversal games like Xenoverse, story-driven games like Kakarot, and competitive fighters like Sparking Zero. The big announcement could be Xenoverse 3, or a hybrid game mixing story mode with competitive fighting. They could even drop an online team-based game like Marvel Rivals, or a multiplayer Tournament of Power concept. Dragon Ball wasn't just another anime. It reshaped the entire anime world. It inspired countless creators, opened the path for modern shonen, and set the structure many series still follow. Dragon Ball elevated power-ups, made transformations iconic, perfected tournament arcs, turned training into storytelling, and mastered the weekly cliffhanger. It also created long-form battles, gave fights emotional weight, and globalized anime, becoming the first series to dominate worldwide. It introduced legacy characters, showed generational growth, and turned villains like Piccolo and Vegeta into allies in ways that changed storytelling forever. Dragon Ball defined the saga structure, the shonen arc format, and the visual language of the genre. Beyond the action, Dragon Ball gave fans hope, a moral compass, and the idea that hard work, kindness, and protecting others matter. It taught us to improve ourselves, resist shortcuts, and stand against evil. Now, with a new era approaching, Dragon Ball should return stronger than ever. Super had a lighter tone at times, but it helped reach new generations. Now it's time to return to its core essence.